Hi there, my name is Ben and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about minimum wages. So let's begin. So first of all, what I just would like to talk about is basically something real simple. I don't want this to be a long video, just really a different perspective and the basic principle about minimum wages. So the first one is, so what is a minimum wage? A minimum wage is basically um, a law in force, what means you are not allowed to sell your labor for less than that certain amount legally, and no one can employ you for anything less than the minimum wage. So this is basically um, like a law which prohibits anyone to exchange their labor for less than what they're able to uh, provide in terms of like the law. So if the law says you have to be paid $15 an hour, then your employer must pay you the minimum wage, which is $15 an hour. But if you're not able to produce that amount, then it is very likely that no one will be able to hire you simply because you don't produce that amount of value. So the company who employs you doesn't generate enough profit. They are losing money on being employed there. So this is basically what I want to talk about today. Okay, so in most situations, when if you were to get $15 an hour, that means your employer has to pay more. So I'm not too sure how much, but let's just say $20 an hour is what they have to pay you. Where from taxes get deducted, then you get the $15, and from there you actually have to pay taxes, and you get, I don't know, $10 an hour. I'm not too sure. But what that means is if you work in, let's say, a bakery, and one bread costs $2, then you have to produce at least 10 breads an hour in order to cover your own wages, and that's just breaking even. Now, if you think about it, that means you have to produce a bread every 3 minutes, which is, quite difficult for one person. That's why employers hire multiple people, um, and they distribute the work so everyone does their part. They all come together and they're able to produce something what they can sell with a profit. Um, um, uh, so from that money, they pay the employers the building costs and everything else, and then from the profit, it either gets taken out as dividends for the employer, or be reinvested into the company so they can grow even more. So the whole basic problem comes from if you do not produce the set amount what you have to produce in order for you to be profitable for the company. That's when problems arise. I do understand that being on minimum wage, um, it's a small percent and part of the population or the total workforce, so it doesn't really affect everybody, but politicians like to use the like the poorest people who are on minimum wage just for their own political gains, and that's why I do believe its whole debate has flared up again in the United States. Now, I'm quite biased. I don't think there should be any minimum wages at all. I don't think the government should, set out how much you can trade your labor for. I do believe if there wouldn't be any minimum wages, then a lot more people would be able to get employed, even if on lower wages, but still more people would be employed. And I think that's more valuable than to be sitting at home claiming benefits or not working at all, being involved with crime and all sorts of unsocial activities. Now, yeah, so basically, if you don't produce the minimum wage, then that means you are making a loss for your employer. If oh, sorry, so if yeah, so they have to legally pay you that minimum wage, but if you don't produce that, then the employer is going to turn a loss on you. So it only benefits massive companies like Amazon, who are one of the biggest like lobbyists in the United States, to increase the minimum wages, because then other warehousing companies and other smaller businesses would literally go out of business because they are not able to employ these people, because they return a loss on these people. So that's why I do believe it's not a really good idea to increase the minimum wage, because then it prohibits a lot of people to from work, and only the massive corporations who are able to employ you for these higher amounts are able to actually make profit, or able to absorb the losses. Okay, so that's one of the main points. And the second one is, if you're on minimum wage, it shouldn't be that you're on minimum wage forever. You should be able to gain experiences, and your employer should um, teach you skills so you get experiences and get better at stuff, so you're able to bargain with your employer to ask for higher wages. And then if that's not possible, then you're able to move somewhere else. You shouldn't be stuck at minimum wage. This should be something where is just temporarily, because that means you are somewhat low skilled labor, and you shouldn't be stuck on that. You should always try to improve and try better, and just to go out there and try to increase the amount of money you can generate from your labor. If forever, or sorry, if for some reason you say, I don't agree with you, because I think if some company can't afford $15 an hour to employ its people, then they shouldn't be in business. Which is, it could be a fair argument, but you have to realize something, that it's quite difficult to run a business as is. I mean, feel free to go out there, start your own business, and pay however much you want for your staff. But you are going to realize, it's very difficult to run a business. Most importantly, to run it effectively, efficiently, and profitable, so you're able to take some of the dividends and then use it as for yourself to actually pay for your own lifestyle, or reinvest it into the company to grow the company even further. So, basically, those are just my quick thoughts about this whole thing. I would love to see your opinion down in the comments. Even if you don't agree with me, or if you agree with me, what should be done, what could be done if you agree that there should be a minimum wage, if there shouldn't be a minimum wage. I would love to see your thoughts, so feel free to comment down below, and then see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.